I'm finally seeing, I guess because I've been asking for like family secrets, which I'm not getting, but I haven't been getting that. More of just wanting to have an understanding. Now I'm seeing how you find out. I mean, I don't like using the term chosen. I don't know why. I don't like it. I'm not resonant with it. This is how you realize these things, that you're meant for this sort of mission, is because it's like, yeah, your family is toxic, but like anyone who's, like the world like praises toxic, the wounded aspect. So it's like narcissism is like normalized. Like, yeah, everything's like flipped around or whatever. Or it's like, if you show up and you're nice to people's face, like you get, rewarded for that. So it's like, no, most people are never going to heal their inner child or whatever, and don't want to face the pain, etc. But like, that finally, because I kept thinking, and maybe in some way, like there is a naive element, of course, that like, and also like before I was living in, before you understand about shadows, you're living in the shadows. So it's like I was living in the shadows, and I even now, like I kind of am ditzy and stuff like that, but I didn't make horrible grades. So I don't know where that part, the like kind of my parents sort of treating me like I had this incompetence. I don't know if that's just something that I'm having to heal the perspective of. But what came to me is that like you're like, yeah, the black sheep, but like you had, because it wasn't like a constant butting heads with my mom, or I didn't really have a lot of issues with my dad, but he also kind of was like, let my mom just run the show, as far as raising us. And there were a couple of things I think that did happen with my dad, but not that many. And I wasn't like out for getting into, I wasn't a huge risk taker, actually, I guess, because in college I definitely got a little bit crazier. But I wasn't like that, but in high school. And then of course at some point I started repressing and just not talking. And like my mom and my sister would always go to my mom and talk to her about stuff. And I just kind of kept it inside. I was like, I had friends, and I would go to nature, and like I rode horses, and that was really like therapeutic. And I don't remember it being like, I don't remember thinking I had a lot of struggles or anything like that, or that I had an issue with anger or any of that until my kid came into the world. Like I wasn't like, I knew I had struggles with the eating, and that was definite, and that's related with mental health. But I didn't know my family was super toxic, because even to this day, my parents became friends after they got divorced. Like I grew up around a lot of parents who were divorced, and mine didn't get divorced till later, and they did fight, but it wasn't like physically abusive, and I don't recall like sexual abuse or anything like that. So it was a lot of covert stuff. And yeah, again, it's normalized because I saw other people, like my mom would deflect, and I didn't look for it. I also didn't look for pattern. I knew I wasn't dating the best guys, because I was having like, there were only a couple of guys that I stayed with long enough for them to break my heart. There was one guy for sure, and then another one just cheated on me, and was just like not like, just super manipulative, and that didn't last very long. So I was like, I would walk away or move on quickly if I knew it wasn't going to be work out long term. Anyway, I knew that I struggled in that department to a degree, but then I was with John for 5 years, and like that. And okay, let's get back on track. One of the ways that you recognize this is like you're put in this situation, you're put in like this darkness. Like that's like sometimes I'm like, look at our situation, and I'm like, I don't know how I haven't been more unstable. Like I've had unstable moments, but I don't know how I've not been more distressed about it, I guess. But it's like I'm so connected with God and in nature that because I used to live in a trailer, like I don't like that stuff doesn't like affect me that much. Like that's why it's like I realized my mom is so entitled, because she would when we travel, she would like have to stay in a hotel room. Like she was particular about things. So it's so wild because they deflect that on you or project it on you, and it's like, no, I'm not entitled. Like, I don't like being in the financial pinch that I'm in, but I'm not entitled. So you have this contentedness with life in general that kind of like carries you through, and you're learning how to meet your own needs. So there's definitely times where I'm needier than others, or if I'm falling into martyrdom and that kind of thing, but I can catch it because I have awareness, and I care about that, all of that. I don't want I can see and feel the imbalance. So, especially if I do have a panic attack or something happens, I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to like, or I'm getting too exhausted. I'm like, where is there a leak? Like I'm trying to figure out how to come back to balance. Sometimes I'm not as good about the leaky thing. I do pray and ask for help on it though. That's how you figure out that you're meant, like you're for this, like this journey. There was something else that was coming to me about it. Shoot. Okay. Because when I walked away from my mom, I just couldn't understand it. And I was just like, do my parents just think I can't handle life on my own? Because I kept thinking that, because I was like showing up to her house and I wasn't like in a wreck, an emotional wreck every time. So I was like, why does she think? And then I realized it's because when they went through a similar, not the same situation, like they got bitter, or they got spiteful, vengeful, or whatever, or they leaned on other people to help them, and they handled it that way. And so my mom just thought, oh, she's not going to be able to do, like, she's not going to be able to, like, she's down and out, like she doesn't have anybody, she doesn't have a partner, she doesn't have like the money. Obviously I still don't have money but she doesn't have, like, she does. So what, like, we have to do this thing, because I took it like, I mean, it still was like messed up because my like desire wasn't put into the equation, but that's helped me to like be like, okay, like they just see my situation like black and white, like the surface level of like, yeah, I don't have a career, I don't have all this money saved up, like a legit, like they're logistics wise, or I don't know if that's even all of it, but like, I'm in credit card debt, like all of those are barriers, like those are things that are, but I'm not letting that stop me. And that's the difference, because that's how you recognize and you wake up to, like, you're this like chosen person. Like I've always known that was a little bit different, because I will remember, like, when I was younger, when I started riding horses, me and some of the girls that I would ride with, like, we would like set up jumps and we like run around and jump like the horses. But then I took that and I was like started doing sprints outside, but at home. This was before I even started going to a gym, and I would like do these little exercises outside because I always had all this energy. And that was the other thing that I noticed, that was like, now it's definitely not always that way, but like you're already high vibrational, like you're already like that, but then you find yourself in situations that take your life force, or deplete you. And I don't fully understand the whole, like, there's just things when it comes to, I don't understand the energy variation. I don't understand that exactly, but there's some sort of like healing and higher element to that, where you're like, you have days that you just are exhausted and you're having to just rest and allow your body to recalibrate, because that doesn't pair with like being high vibrational, but it's like, it's not supposed to be this all the time thing. Cause like I've had moments where I've been like, okay, I'm just gonna have to give Teddy to his dad, to somebody else, or like we're gonna have to take our shit and leave, or Teddy's just gonna have to be in school. Like I'm gonna have to do something drastic because I still am like in a financial pit. But like I've never been like, oh, I'm gonna go back to my parents. Like it was never like I'm gonna go back to the past. It's like, no, I'm still gonna like do my best to follow God and my heart and my higher self, and you know, even if I'm not making money doing tarot, like still showing up for service work, like that part of me never died. So yeah, the financial part has never been figured out. But that helps me too with like understanding that it's like, it's not my parent. Like, it's not that my parents only had, I don't know what their intentions were, and it doesn't really matter anymore. But it helped me to be able to see like they went through something similar, and my mom and my parents in some way felt like they just have to like, yeah, in one aspect, yeah, I haven't had like some alternative like option. But it still is fucked up to try to like trap someone again, like, or throw them into another timeline just because they're in a difficult situation. Because thank the Lord, like you do see how it's like God really like takes you under his wing in so many ways, because it's like the healing work that I'd already done. Because that's why, I mean, and I told them these things, like, yeah, I'm doing this healing work, I'm doing Reiki, like I'm doing this, like, you know, whatever. But it's like, you know, anyway, so because I said that to my mom right before I blocked them. I was like, y'all can pay me for, you know, healing work, and I'm charging this much. And they were like, are you serious? And they were just like mean, and my mom was mean about the tarot. And so it's like, it is what it is. Like, okay, y'all aren't gonna support, bye. Like, why would I come back when y'all are mean? Like, and you don't like, you talk behind my back. So no, like, I send you guys love, but I'm not gonna hang out with you. Okay, yeah, that's it.